Hello, my name is Rebecca Shaw and I have been on Slimming World now since about a year. I started in last June, I think last June I started. I've lost 2.5 stone so far. It took a long time. I thought it was going to be a lot faster, but it wasn't. And most of the time I've used YouTube channels to help me out. So I watch Katie Jane SW, I watch Debbie Slimming World, I watch Von Chock, and I watch sort of more recently Gemma SW and I can't remember everyone at the moment, but I don't know how to link down below either in the description and things like that because I don't really know what I'm doing, but I will figure that out. And I would like this channel to be all about things I figure out. I do a lot of making mistakes and then figuring out how I can get around those mistakes. I do a lot of planning. I like doing a lot of organising. This channel will be really about Slimming World. I'm quite an obsessive person, and I've just kind of been obsessed with doing Slimming World for this year fully, really. So I can't imagine doing anything else for the channel. But I have 2 children, and I run a business I run a music shop in the town where I live. So my life is quite hectic and quite busy, and I've had to really try and arrange everything as tight as possible. Also, we don't have a lot of money, more on housing benefit and council tax benefit and that sort of thing, as the business increases its capacity. So lots of the food I eat is as cheap as possible. So I'd really like to video some of the meals I make and sort of try and show everyone kind of what I've learned from watching YouTube, and also tricks I've kind of figured out along the way. So I'm going to see if I can figure out videoing those things. I don't have a very tidy house, so there will be times when I video what I'm making, looking over at the hob right now, which is the messiest bit. There will be times when I make the food I'm making and the environment will be a bit messy. It makes me nervous because I think, well, I'm going to put it on YouTube and I'm going to have a messy house, but I feel quite strongly that the only way I'm going to do this channel is if I'm quite real with it. So sometimes it will be clean, because sometimes it's clean, sometimes it will be dirty. So I will do my best with that. You know, not my best tidying up, but I'll do my best to sort of not feel self-conscious about the fact that sometimes I have a messy house. The time I tend to have is at the end of the day, which is about, it's usually around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock-ish. Ideally I'm in bed by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, so sometimes it might be quite quick. But I think that's the tumble dryer pausing temporarily. Yeah, sometimes, what was I going to say? Yeah, so basically I'm going to try and sort of do a little video, maybe every evening, maybe once every couple of days. I do go to a Slimming World group, in my town, and I am at Target now, so I don't necessarily go every single week, but I am going to try now to go every week now, because I'd quite like to lose another stone. So the moment I weigh, I started off weighing 13 stone 8.5, and now I weigh around 11 stone, and I really would like to get to 10 stone. There's a couple of things stopping me. I feel nervous about getting to 10 stone, the whole unknown things and that sort of thing. So those sorts of things I'd quite like to talk about in a bit more depth, and maybe try and find some, use YouTube as a way of figuring out ways to not sabotage myself, ways to learn more about why I do the things I do. So yeah, let me know if those are sorts of things that would be useful to you. Let me know if there's things, like when I post stuff, I really appreciate like things if you can see like the way I'm doing things, if there's a certain way that sometimes when people speak about stuff, they don't necessarily realise what they're putting in the way of themselves. So sometimes it's helpful for somebody else to point out, and you sort of go, well, isn't that just an excuse, or maybe you could try try this or try that. So appreciate that. I'm quite nervous, because it makes me nervous to think that people who know me might see me on YouTube, and then I'd feel a little bit embarrassed that they've seen me on YouTube, and I'm being quite open with how I feel about things. But I spent most of my life feeling nervous about other people, so I'm 35 now, and I feel that if I don't start working through that, then I'm just going to spend the rest of my life worrying what other people think. So, oh, and also Jane Day, of course, I watch, because she's just great. She's helped me through so many things. The reason why I thought about this, because I thought, oh my god, I'm going on forever. But sometimes I think a longer vlog can be of more use, for me personally, obviously, can be of more use than a short vlog, because you can sort of, it allows you to, when you watch it, it allows you to, it allows your brain to trigger ideas that then you can think, yes, that's the answer to why I keep doing that, and then you can sort of work on things. So yeah, okay then. Thank you very much for listening, if you've managed to listen to the end, and thank you for welcoming me into your Slim and Well community on YouTube. And also, I'm vegetarian, so everything I do will be Slim and Well and vegetarian. It's like narrowing it down to a really niche market. But oh, and also, my brain keeps going around, Lisa Snow as well. I've been watching, and I think she's really funny. Which I apologise if I'm not. And I'm not very funny, because I'm not a very sprightly person, but I do enjoy thinking about things and talking about things. Right, okay then, thank you very much, and speak to you soon. Thank you, bye. I mean, it's not a phone call really, is it? But I don't know what people seem to end YouTube videos with, like Andy Neville as well. He says, see ya, or till next time, see ya. And everyone has some really great ends, but I don't have an end to it, so I'm sure I'll figure one out at the end. And Jane Day says it works if you work it, and it won't if you don't, I think. But I'll see you next time. Thank you.